Hey, Samson and Benson, good morning.
Good morning, Prof.
So I'm here at Konjeihi Women's Enterprise Center. It's early before anyone has started, and I'm with two of our managers, Benson and Samson. And we're just going to walk through, and we'll walk through the process. I wanted to do it now. We'll get some afterwards when the women are working, but for now I wanted to get it when the center is empty. We built this center over the last probably 18 months with support from our customers and from a French NGO, Noe. So it's situated on the edge of the Konjeihi community. You can see it looks like wilderness around it, but the community is just behind the trees. And so let's go on in. So the Shea nuts are collected in communities outside of here, and they're prepared and brought here. When the nuts come in, the first thing they do is they wash them. So let's go over to the water tank. And we constructed this so the women can use it themselves when we're not making shea butter. So the community didn't have good potable water. So we put a borehole in and a water tank. So the nuts are brought here and they're first sorted. Actually, they're poured out on these cement platforms or the one over there to be sorted, and the women sort through and they pick out any bad nuts, because if you don't get the bad nuts out at the beginning of the process, you end up with losing quality. So they come here and the nuts are washed. They're washed real thoroughly. They're washed 3 times at least, sometimes 4, to get any dust or dirt or residue from anything off them. And then after they're washed, they're set out on the cement to dry a little bit, and then they're taken to our machine shed. So in the machine shed, we have some nuts stored, some different things, but we have, which one is the crusher? So they're first of all put in this machine and crushed, and it takes the shell and it breaks it into smaller pieces, and then it's roasted and they go into the milling machines. We have 2 of them because milling takes a little bit longer. After the nuts are crushed, they are roasted. The roasting sets the process for the nuts to release the oils that turn into shea butter. It's important, and it's important they be roasted just so. If they're roasted too much, the shea is going to have a bad odor and color, and if they're not roasted enough, you won't get enough yield out of it. So just open up one of the roasters. We have specially designed roasters that we worked with an NGO out of the US, Burn Design, and they use waste from the shea making process for fuel, and actually burn about 90% less fuel than the traditional process where they use trees. So it's a big savings. But this drum, can you open the drum? Do you have the thing to open it? Yes. This drum is filled with the crushed shea nuts, and they're roasted. And there's a temperature gauge here. When it reaches the correct temperature, then it's dumped again on cement, on some of these cement platforms that we have, and it's left to air a bit and the steam to rise from it. And then it's taken to the milling machines. The milling machines grind it, and it goes in as this hard, dry mealy paste, and it comes out as a viscous substance Then the women will take water, take potable water. They knead it into the into that paste, get it to the right consistency, and then they will whip it. And after they've whipped it, it comes, the oils coagulate and form a white, fluffy mass that they will then scoop into these boiling pots. So there's some brand new ones here. We've just constructed a new boiling facility. So again, we have special purpose ovens designed for it. The women stand on this side where they're away from the fire and the heat, unlike traditional where they're really exposed to the fire and the heat. The fire goes in here, goes up the chimney, and when it's finished, they as it's boiling, it gets rid of any water, any impurities come to the surface and are skimmed off. And then it's put in a basin and taken to our cooling and packaging center. If you can go ahead and open the door. In the cooling and packaging center, it's left to cool a little bit, so it's not such hot oil. And then it is strained to remove any solids that might be in it. And then it's left to cool in here. Generally overnight, it's covered and left to cool. And then it turns into butter. It solidifies and turns into butter and is packaged. It's packaged into anything from 50 gram size to 25 kilogram size. You can see some here.